Direct and indirect speech can be a bit tricky, especially when it comes to yes-no questions. Let's dive into the rules and examples to make this clear and engaging. First, let's clarify what we mean by direct and indirect speech. Direct speech is when we quote someone's exact words. For example, if I say, "Are you coming to the party?" That's direct speech. Now, when we shift to indirect speech, we're reporting what someone said without quoting them directly. So, the same question would become, "He asked if I was coming to the party." Now, let's break down the rules for converting yes-no questions from direct to indirect speech. The first rule is that we often change the question format into a statement. Instead of asking a question, we're making a statement about what was asked. Next, we need to pay attention to the verb tense. If the question is in the present tense, we usually shift it back to the past tense in indirect speech. For example, "Do you like ice cream?" becomes, "She asked if I liked ice cream." Notice how do changes to did and like changes to liked. Another important aspect is the use of question words. In direct speech, we might have a question like, "Is she coming?" In indirect speech, we would say, "He asked if she was coming." Here, the question word is replaced with was, and we drop the question mark altogether. Let's look at some more examples to solidify these rules. If someone asks, "Can you help me?" In direct speech, when we convert it to indirect speech, it becomes, "He asked if I could help him." Notice how can changes to could, and we also adjust the pronouns accordingly. Now, what if the question is in the past? For instance, "Did you see the movie?" When we turn this into indirect speech, it becomes, "She asked if I had seen the movie." Here, did changes to had, and we again adjust the pronouns. It's also worth mentioning that when we use if in indirect questions, it's typically for yes-no questions. However, if the question includes a specific question word like what, where, or when, we don't use if. For example, "What time is it?" becomes, "He asked what time it was." In summary, when converting yes-no questions from direct to indirect speech, remember to change the question into a statement, adjust the verb tense, and modify the pronouns as needed. With practice, this will become second nature. Understanding these rules will not only improve your grammar, but also enhance your communication skills. So, the next time you're faced with a yes-no question, you'll know exactly how to report it in indirect speech.